Hello fellow guitarists, and today we're gonna be checking out new 2025 guitar lineup by Stirling by Music Man, because there is no Music Man models, only from Stirling. So let's check them out, and let's start with Majesty DiMarzio. Let's start with both 6 and 7 string, because they're basically the same instrument but with extra 7 string on the 7 string. So the only difference being you have only 2 finishes on Majesty 7, and you have 3 finishes on normal Majesty. And we can see price here, which is 1500, which kinda makes me think that this model should cost 1400. And what do we get for this money? We get Stirling non-branded locking tuners. We're getting non-branded, once again, Stirling modern trem. We can see it here. No piezo system, which kind of reasonable, and I'm guessing that we are having here DiMarzio, we're having Crunch Lab and Liquify. It's really nice, fully equipped with ebony fretboard and stainless steel frets. This is a really cool thing. This thing is probably made in Indonesia, which is kind of a plus comparing it to ESP models which are made in Korea, but I'll be honest, made in Indonesia guitars currently have a pretty high quality standard. What are we having in terms of specs? We are having JP inlay, so we are having little shields, which is nice. 16 radius, 25.5 inch scale length, Nayato body, which is cheaper alternative for mahogany that you find on almost any guitar, but most of them simply take mahogany instead of Nayato. So it's basically the same wood. It's kind of relative of a mahogany that grows in Southeast Asia tropics instead of Africa and South America. So that's the only difference. So we're having 3 types of tops on this model. We are having quilted maple, I see here. This is a flame maple, and this thing is called splattered maple, yes? Splattered maple. Okay. It looks really cool, and it retains a lot of features from original Majesty. This deeper laying 3-way toggle switch. Is it a push-pull inside? It's a push-push, and you have a volume boost on this one, but you don't have a coil split. Kinda strange, because GP has a little strange wiring. It splits the coil, but only when you choose both humbuckers. It's a strange pick, but it's John Petrucci signature, and you need to abide to the person who made it. We have 3-piece Nayato neck, which is kind of 3-piece mahogany neck, stainless steel medium jumbo frets, and overall, I like it. 2-point trem. They kind of dropped all unnecessary stuff from Majesty, and I like it. The biggest, I guess, problem with this thing is that you don't get this really cool Cerulean Paradise finish on the 7 string. If I would have picked guitar for myself, I would pick it in the Cerulean Paradise color, but okay, I kind of would go with splatted maple then. It also looks really nice. But personally, I would prefer this thing to the Majesty. It's a GP I-50 DiMarzio, so it comes in, once again, Cerulean Paradise finish with, once again, splatted maple in orange and this dark purple, it's called Purple Nebula. The 7 string also doesn't come with one of the finishes. In JP situation, it's splatted maple finish. So what do we get here? There is no price, but I looked it up, and it's a 1400 for a 7 string and 1300 for a 6 string, which is basically 100 less than a Majesty. What do we get here? We are getting basically exactly the same specs, but instead of a 3-piece Nayato / mahogany neck, we are getting 1-piece roasted maple, and a lot of things are completely the same, and the neck is bolt-on. And personally, because of my previous experience with one small custom shop that you can find out on my channel, it's the first video that kicked off this YouTube project, I'm not the biggest fan of neck throughs. I really love the upper fret access, but I personally find it just a bit too much to overpay for. Once again, it's a big prop to Music Man or Stirling to keeping up only a $100 premium for a neck through, which is really nice. But I would still go for this model because I like roasted maple neck. I really like this dark purple finish. And saving extra $100 also applies as a big bonus. Paying $1,300 for this kind of a guitar made in Indonesia, I personally think is acceptable. So it will heavily depends on how good is the quality of the guitars. And if it's good, this is genuinely a really great buy. I like the aesthetic of this thing. I like that they give you this really cool finishes. You don't pay extra for any of those, which is also nice. You're getting JP signature pickups, which is really cool, and this is like one of them. And this is one of the biggest pros of this lineup. And I'm a big Dream Theater fan, and before I thought about the Stirlings as some kind of a, like, really not worthy of my attention instruments, but this thing changes my opinion on them. They are really nice. And also they removed all the piezo thing with batteries that I personally don't like. This is, to be honest, a better version of JPs and Majesties simply for myself. They are pretty down to the earth. They are definitely more metal oriented because it's strange they didn't give you a coil split. But still, you get a volume boost, which is a really cool feature. And the price is, yeah, it's a bit steep, but it's reasonable. It's reasonable for a spec with brand name pickups, with lock-in tuners, although not branded, with stainless steel frets. This guitar retails below any of the new releases from LTD and a bit more than what you can find from Ibanez with same specs. Yeah, I personally think those two models are a big win. So let's go ahead and go for Luke model. We are having a lot of finishes, so we can go for gray sparkle, that will look nice. This thing is a bit over the top personally for me, but it's definitely bright, it's definitely attention grabbing, and you can go with your tops. Okay, so we are having roasted maple neck. Okay, we are having more of a vintage style specs here, so we are having bodywood is Nayada, so we're gonna get your redwood, not a mahogany, but the substitute for mahogany. Okay, you are getting veneer top on all of those, so it will be veneer underneath. I don't know why, because even if you're a tone wood person, kind of everyone agrees that veneer do not affect the tone, but okay, we are having it here. It's really interesting. We're having rosewood fingerboard, which is really nice. I love rosewood fingerboards. Roasted maple neck, and from what I see here, is far more roasted than Majesties. It comes with 5-way toggle pickup select. It's blade, okay. 5-way blade, 1 push for volume boost, and still tone, so no coil split here. And what about the pickups? It's a custom pickup, Music Man own pickups. First of all, this guitar is made as a signature of Steve Lukather. I'm not sure, it's a V-shaped maple neck, which is automatic no for me, but if you are a fan of his music, this is your option. It's priced for $779, and for what you get in terms of specs, it's reasonable. I can't bash on this guitar because it's rather ergonomic. Aesthetics, I like them. Definitely not my type of a guitar. V-shaped neck, it's automatic no for me, but it's a rare feature, and maybe there are some V-shaped neck fans, and this guitar is definitely one of your options, one of your few options, let's be honest. And all in all, I find it's rather reasonable and okay instrument. Not my jam, but I kinda appreciate, and the price is once again pretty adequate. Does it have lock-in tuners? It has lock-in tuners. Nice. Yeah, it's completely worth the price. It's a good guitar for the money. Okay, we are having Stingray Plus. Once again, no price. Stinger retails for $600. And what do you get here? You get 2 finish options. And It looks like roasted maple fretboard. I really like how the body looks here, the body color and the pickguard looks better here, but this roasted maple fretboard completely destroys the look for me, and I would still go for a seafoam green. So what do we have here? We are having a P90s inside the guitar. P90s are rare. P90s are heavily slept on by the guitar community. It's really versatile and interesting pickups to play. So this guitar already becomes rather versatile. The body shape of Stingray is rather interesting. It's kinda like hybrid between Jazzmaster and Strat. It looks cool. The shape of the Stingray is really cool at combining both very classical and in the same way rather unique look. Once again, spoke truss rod wheel adjustment, which is really cool. And let's go into the specs. 12 radius, 25.5-inch scale length. Body is made out of poplar. We are getting two different fretboards, roasted maple and rosewood, and a roasted maple neck. Nice. You once again get a boost volume on a push-push. It's really cool they are using a push-push instead of a push-pull. It kind of gives you this premium feel. Does it have a lock-in tuners? It has lock-in tuners. All of this for 600? Yeah, great. They're nailing the prices, let's be honest. So we are getting Axis. Axis with quilted maple. I guess it will be a veneer. And roasted maple neck with roasted maple fingerboard, am I correct? Lock-in tram. Strange controls positioning, but okay. So what are we getting here? We are getting one volume. There is no push-pull or push-push. Their own Stirling humbuckers. Poplar with maple veneer top. It's a veneer, okay. SBM design double lock-in tremolo, and I guess it's kinda like Floyd Rose special. Stirling by Music Man design double. It's under Floyd Rose license, which I can't guess how good it will be. You get the same specs in terms of neck as on Stirling's, so 12-inch radius, 22 narrow frets. No lock-in tuners because you have a lock-in tram. Come on, guitar manufacturers. Just give us lock-in tuners on the guitar with lock-in tram. And you get this pearloid tuner buttons. It's interesting. I appreciate it. It took me a bit of the time to find the price on this thing, and it retails for $650. And to be honest, by far, it's the biggest miss for me personally. I am suspicious of this tram, and it's my main point why I would not get this thing. All other models seems great, but this one I don't dig that much. So I would skip the bases for a moment and go for our last and probably the most interesting model. So it's a Cutlass. It's a sub-series, and you can already see the main selling point. $350. Of course before tax, but still. I like that they used a red pearloid pickguard on a white body. Not white pickguard is a must-have because it makes guitar looks far more expensive. And you have two other colors, green and light blue. I like the green. With white pickguard, but still because of this red pearloid, I really like the aesthetics of the white one. And you are having a maple fretboard on the blue one. Aesthetically, it looks great. And what do we get here? Once again, a poplar body. The next stated that is made out of hard maple. We are having a non-lock-in tuners, bolt-on neck, which is present on any Music Man that is not a Majesty. 12-inch radius, 22 frets that are, let me guess, narrow frets. No, not stated. Fulcrum tremolo. I would not recommend anyone to go for a trem on a very budget instrument, but still it's a 2-point, which is better than a 6-point trem, and it also gives you more options for simply swap it out if something goes wrong with the trem. In terms of fingerboard, we are getting hard maple or laurel, okay, and overall I really like this guitar. I really like it. I like how controls are spaced out so they are far from your picking hand. So if you are more metal-oriented player, you will have a good time palm muting the strings and playing. And yes, this guitar is great for the price. It's not Ibanez AC standard, good for the price, but still very decent. Very decent. If you're looking for some classical looking stuff, it's once again, Carlos is this like offset kind of a Strat, and it kind of has some unique looks about it. Yeah, I like this guitar. I like it. It's really nice. Would I buy it for myself? If I was a beginner and this was my max budget, it could have been a really good option. Would I buy it now? I have problems buying Music Mans in my country, so I would probably not, but still. For the price, a very decent instrument. Okay, and let's go to the basses, because, well, it's a really small lineup. We are having a Stirling bass. It's a passive bass, so there is no, like, cool, interesting wiring. Pretty down to the earth. We are having body made out of soft maple, and the neck made out of the hard one, yes? Yes. And the rosewood fingerboard, so very basic, very simple. So the price on the thing is $650, which is, I don't know, for the specs, it could have packed a bit more. So you're having your one volume, one tone, you know, it could have either have some active preamp or at least two pickups. So I find this model to be just a bit too expensive for what it gives. We are having Darkray, the most expensive of the models. This thing retails for almost $1,500, so it's on par with 7-string Majesty. It has this LED thing as the main feature. So as far as I understand, LED ring, flip 3-way switch, and bright the color-coded LED ring illuminates, indicating which mode the bass is in. So you have like 3 preamp modes and you can switch it with this knob. It's a very interesting feature that you have those different preamps color-coded with the LED. First of all, pretty good looking on stage. Second, it's very easy to work with because, for example, if the stage is dark, you will have a hard time flicking some switches to understand in which position you are currently. If you got lost, for example, this is cool. Roasted maple, ebony fingerboard, body made of a Nayado, distortion circles, volume gain, bend, treble, and bass. Really interesting thing. It's very pricey. I'm not a bassist myself, so I would like to hear from some of the bassists if this is a good thing for the money. But I personally like it a lot. Once again, Spock Truss rod wheel adjustment. And we are going to our 2 last models. It's Bongo 4 and Bongo 5. They are come in 2 colors, black and purple. I never got the shape. To be honest, I don't like it at all. It looks personally ugly for me. So it's kind of a like modern oriented bass with 2 humbuckers. You have 2 band EQ, pickup blend control, ceramic humbuckers, 2 band active preamp. I don't like the looks of it. Once again, a big props to Music Man for not upcharging extra $100. They upcharge only $80 for a 5-string bass. It's really cool. It's really nice. It's this little attention that kind of sells this line for me personally. So let's jump straight to conclusions. And I like this lineup. No, genuinely, I like it a lot. The guitars here are reasonably priced, and I like this. So there are no extreme upcharge for the guitar. So for example, if this model was made by LTD, they would have charged you $2,000. And that's why Stirling lineup definitely wins compared to LTD. Does it win against Ibanez? Well, it's questionable because you can argue that the AC standard model from Ibanez gives you more for the money than, for example, this guitar, because it costs almost thrice as much as AC standard, while also having stainless steel frets, non-branded lock-in tuners, The 2-point trem is better than 6-point trem. And the brand name pickups also elevates the JP as a bit higher end guitar, but still, I will be very surprised if someone go and beat AZ Standard in terms of specs for price, but still, those models are really cool, and I like this GP 150 the most out of all. Those Majesties are cool, and also they are not that more expensive comparing to GPs, so it's cool. Look model, neck shape is not for me, but if you're a fan of V neck shape, this is one of the best picks on the market, I guess. Stingray Plus is a great model, and Cutlass Sub-Series is a killer for the money. The only guitar I did not like is the Axis. I would prefer to having some kind of like at least stated quality of Floyd Rose, so it's Floyd Rose Special, Floyd Rose 1000. If it was a Floyd Rose 1000, I would say great guitar, go and buy it. So what is the best guitar here? I kind of want to say Sub-Series Cutlass, but also a JP50 and Majesty's DiMarzio are great. So yeah, I think Music Man Stirling did a really great job with their 2025 lineup. It's not big, but it's good. So write down your opinion about Stirling lineup in the comments, and let's have a chat. If you don't agree with me, feel free to express your disagreement. I am open for a good chat with you. So once again, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and have a great day. Play good guitars. Bye.